After trying hard for many months, Sahara finally seems to have found a buyer for its three iconic overseas assets. Qatar Investment Authority has agreed to buy one hotel in London and two in New York for a whopping $1.6 billion. This will help Subrata Roy raise money and get out of Tihar jail. Ashmit Kumar is here with the exclusive details. Ashmit?
Right, so what we understand is that after over 2 years of incarceration, with the Supreme Court finally allowing Subrata Roy's release on parole, he appears to have put things in motion towards what is looking increasingly like the biggest hospitality deal ever. What we understand is that the two parties, Sahara on one hand and the Qatar Investment Authority, which is nothing but a sovereign fund of the government of Qatar, have agreed upon the sale of three marquee properties that Sahara owns. The three marquee properties are: one, the Grosvenor House in London, New York Plaza, as well as the Dream downtown in New York. These three properties, the marquee properties, there is a sale that the two parties have in fact agreed upon for a consideration of $1.6 billion. Now, here are the specifics. What we understand is that the letter of interest between the two parties has already been signed. The share purchase agreement, in fact, has been drafted. The due diligence has been completed. Here's one issue that still remains, which is a nod from the Apex Court. After speaking to sources, we've learned that Sahara is planning to approach the Apex Court tomorrow. What they're essentially seeking, what they will be seeking, will be the blessings of the Supreme Court, erring on the side of caution here. Sahara ensuring that they have all the things in place before going ahead with this deal. What sources tell us is that after the Supreme Court has agreed to give its nod, that's of course a factor that still needs to be to be seen. But should the Supreme Court go ahead and grant them a nod, it will take no longer than 2 months for the two parties to close this transaction, this $1.6 billion transaction. What's also important to point out here that Sahara at this point has an outstanding amount of $955 million, which is payable to their primary lender, which in this case happens to be Reuben Brothers. So from the $1.6 billion consideration, they will be paying out $955, which leaves them with a little north of $650 million. So that's anyways a big amount that's coming in. It's important also to clarify at this stage that Subrata Roy currently is out on parole. His parole hearing incidentally is also coming up on July 11th. So clearly Subrata Roy as well as Sahara Parivar backing up their case, putting their best foot forward, and finally going through with this transaction which has seen various twists and turns, litigation finally coming to a state of friction. And we understand that this $1.6 billion will be apprised, Sahara will apprise the court of this tomorrow. Back to you.